Alright guys, so I'm going to show you guys how I built my base and what kind of petrol station it is. So I did think about doing a series on my base beforehand, but I thought, you know what, let's do it. However, it's in a place where, you know, if you don't really know what it looked like beforehand, you won't know. So I'll show you what the petrol station looked like before. So obviously when it comes to building the base, you need to think about what you want. Size wise, you know, how big you want it, so forth. I've had big bases, small bases, medium bases. But I was looking for the perfect size base, low ground, not too big, and I found a petrol station. And it's basically similar to this one. So the base I've got currently, it looks exactly like this. Now, I'll show you what I mean. So it had the double doors, like so. Had the front bit here, like so. And obviously I will show you my base after the first part. So this is how it used to look like. If we go inside, this is how it did look like at my base as well. Again, obviously I've cleared mine out. So this is how it generally looks, you know. Obviously this is a little bit different to the one I had, but similar. I'll go in here, you got this garage floor in here. So obviously these floors do tend to be a bit different to mine, but it's sort of the same, just mine was reversed. Obviously you got the windows and so forth. Obviously go in the garden. Obviously on mine as well, my garage door was open, but that's exactly the same. Obviously there's a door here, so you go out the door and you go out into the garden. My one has a ladder built here as well. Again, this is slightly different, but same layout, exactly the same size as well. Now, I'll talk you through the inside bit as well. I'll quickly show you what my base currently looks like now, and then I'll show you the rest of it of how I stripped it all down. Alright, so you've seen what the base looks like and whatnot. And I'm going to show you inside and how we got to what. So obviously I know this is a yard at the moment, but like I said, it depends what you can do. You can do it with this one. If you want to grow crops here, you can do. You just put it on top of this basically, because this is all like it's very hard. But if you find one, I found one with like an outback, so it was all dirt, realistically. So let me show you inside. So with my base, the door I had, I deleted the door, and I put in a couple, like, you know, craft frames, and then upgraded them. Alright, I deleted all this, and we had this. Now on my one, it's like different because obviously this one is a 5x3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's a 4, but mine was a 3. I'll say again, the size is slightly different, but same layout. So what we did was we halved it up, and then I sort of counted 1, 2, 3, about 4 of them ones, and then I turned that bit into the kitchen. I did this by using these here. Obviously, you got the cabinets there. So I use them as a point reference, and then I added in around it. I use frame blocks to roughly do it. Now, can I make frame shapes? No, I can't. I've got wood. Let me get some wood quickly. No, not having it. But get some frame shapes and just place them down. Don't upgrade them. Just place them down. And because one solid frame shape will accumulate to how I laid it out. I built it up. Now with the windows, I had exactly the same amount of windows. Just again, delete it all out, make some frame shapes up, and put in the frame shapes, and then upgrade them. That gives you a solid wall. Once you've done that, you can start thinking about how you lay it out. Now, I wasn't too sure how I wanted it. And also, as you see my base further along in the video, you will see how I've done it. And I started with frame shapes. I'd put like one down. I would literally just do like round the bottom bit. And once I've done that, I would find the starting point. I would count how much space I would need per item. So like a workbench is 2. The forger is 1. So 1, 2, 3. You need 3 block spaces. The chemistry set is 3 block spaces. I thought it was only 2, but it's 3. Hence, my mum has all got turned sideways. Now, once you sort of know what you want in your head and you see how you want to do it, like I did, it's about deleting everything out. So, you know, you start with one room. You know, you start in here. This is the most important room. So, just go around, delete this out. Get it as an empty room as you can. So I'm not going to spend too much time on this. But get rid of the bits you don't need. Search the vehicles. You know, take them for materials. You know, break it down. Get materials from it. Materials is going to be needed. So have a quick look at now. So yeah, get materials, break it all down. Obviously this one's a bit different to mine. It's slightly bigger underneath. My one's only a small little bit, you know, around. Hold up, let me just deal with these. I'll grab you supplies in a minute. So yeah, this goes down a bit deeper than mine. Now I've only got a smaller one. But again, it's similar size and whatnot. Now once you delete everything out, get some frame blocks and do 1 bit by 1 bit. That's how it goes. Do you mind? I'm busy here, mate. Making a video. You're interrupting. So yeah, delete everything out. Once you get everything deleted out, get some frame blocks and place them down 1 bit by 1 bit. I've got no wood really to make. I can make 1 frame shape. So like, you know, just sort of go like 1 and then 2 and then so forth. How did you get in here? So yeah, delete it out and then once you got it done, you'll be fine. Now, obviously, regards to the garage, you've got a big gap here, but that's fine because you can make a frame shape to fill that gap and it'll be absolutely fine. And you just basically got to delete all this out. Delete all this out and then you can work on it into structure. Now what I'll do is I'm going to show you my base and I'll take you through my base and I'll talk you a bit more through in how I got it to where it is. Alright guys, so this is my base. So also I showed you the other petrol station that's similar. And this is what I'm turning to a horde base and my base. Now I'm going to quick go through with all of you. And then what I'll do is in another video I'll break down in what I did. So I'll quickly show you this base. So if you remember in the first part of this video, I showed you what it looked like. I'll see, you know, petrol stations and whatnot. This is what we have so far. Let me go inside and I'll show you what we got. So this was the garage. It had a load of stuff in it. Obviously it had 2 double doors. I'll talk more in the next video about what I did. So this is what I'm turning to my shelter bit of base. And then obviously with the garden, it's being turned into a crop yard. I can see there's a block up there. That's where the ladders used to be. Also removed it. So that's going to be all my crops out here. And then in here is the horde base. As you can see, it's still in progress of being upgraded. It's not long being transformed into this. But it's getting there slowly but surely. Let me go show you guys outside. So I could just go. Also, you can see it's still got its original top bit. That's just the size of it. See, that's the same on the other side. I've just upgraded it. Electrical work. So obviously that's for like my switch, the speakers, the lights. I've got spotlights. These are all set up and ready to go. There's still a lot more to do up on the roof yet, but we're not quite there yet. We've still got a lot to do. But this is the horde base and my base being transformed into one. It's coming along nicely. But that's the beginning part of the base. That's what it used to look like. So as you saw in the first part, you know, you had the 2 gas pumps there, the car, then you had a garage door, you had the entrance door here. So obviously when you're in this door here, you had like the checkout counter bit there, toilet at the back, so forth, and the shelving and stuff like that around. I'll go back this way. So this bit here, this is still the original bit. This is what was original. You know, sort of 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there was a glass like window. It's still exactly the same doorway as where the old door used to be. I deleted the door and we doubled up on doors. And then obviously you had a car here, car there, you know, the general stuff. That's where the garage doors used to be, there and there. Then you had a garage door at the back here, this height one. That's where the garage door used to be. It was rolled up here, but you know. Round about here is actually right here, 1, 2. That's where the old back door used to be. That light actually shows where the back door used to be as well. That's where the old back door used to be before I sealed it up. And then this just had crappy fencing on the outside. And when I say crappy fencing, I mean literally that's what it was. Like the barbed wire, the fencing, I just left it up and I just built into it. That's all original still. I just built a wall on the inside. But that's it for the first part of this video, guys. Noisy things, isn't they? But this is where we're building the horde base and the base. After I showed you what it looked like beforehand. And in the next video, I will go in a bit more depth into how I started upgrading the base and working out where I wanted things. But until then, I'll see you in the next one. Stay chill.